Welcome to week 1, day 1 of the Cane Enable Fitness Gym Acclimation program for the blind and visually impaired. Today's purpose is going to be getting a little bit more familiar with some more specific areas of the gym, such as the weight machines, the barbells, and especially the dumbbell rack. So today, your purpose is going to be getting the dumbbell racks figured out. And first on your independence tasks is going to be to ask someone to describe to you the dumbbell racks and how they're arranged, as well as help lead you through so that you have a good feel for these things. Next, I want you to walk down the line of the dumbbells, actually feeling each pair of dumbbells and where they're arranged. So then you'll be able to picture in your mind a little bit more of where those dumbbells are, how they tend to be organized, and it's going to be a lot easier for you down the line in order to get the weights that you need. Next is if you're using weight machines, I want you to get familiar with changing the weight. So when you're practicing or doing your warm-up sets, go ahead, take a couple extra minutes to practice moving the pin up and down. And keep in mind that the weight explicitly doesn't matter so much, whether it's 50 pounds, 60 pounds. It really, for us as visually impaired people, matters what hole we're putting it in, so we get consistently good at setting the pin where it needs to be, so we get the right weight done. So what I'll do is not worry about what weight something is. Let's say if a previous workout I did my 3 sets of 10 with the weight pin in the 5th hole, then I know if I'm ready to go up in weight, I'll put the weight pin in the 6th hole on the machine. And that's going to be our way of consistently moving up without, again, having to worry too much about how much weight are on things. Especially if you're going to be staying in the same consistent gym setting, that's really not going to matter. So we're able to stay consistent without fussing about the really small things. And then if you're going to be using barbells today, make sure you get familiar with where the weights are compared to the barbell that you're using, and then being able to put on the weight symmetrically and smoothly. So as we scroll down to our warm-up, you're going to be able to read that you're going to do 5 minutes of low-intensity cardio. I want you to be able to be at a conversational pace for this, and just pick your favorite cardio machine. During the introduction day, you were able to feel out a couple of different machines. So go ahead, pick the one that you are most comfortable with or really want to try out the most, and just do 5 easy minutes on that. Then for the workout, we're going to be moving into exercise 1, which is a vertical pulling motion. You're going to do 2 warm-up sets, and then you're going to perform 3 sets of 10. And those 3 sets of 10 are going to be 30 high-quality reps for you today, with just 60 to 90 seconds of rest in between each of those sets of 10 repetitions. Make sure it's a manageable weight. This is something you could repeat down the line, and if you're able to keep progressing nice and slowly, your 3 sets of 10, you're going to have some very tremendous results. Some examples for this vertical pull are going to be a lat pull down, whether it be overhand or underhand, or if you have say a hammer strength machine that is kind of a half row, half pull down motion, or an assisted chin up machine. Feel free to use any of those. Those are all great options. Moving on to exercise 2 is going to be vertical press. Just as before, we're going to do 2 warm-up sets and then work up to your working weight for 3 sets of 10 repetitions, again with 60 to 90 seconds of rest in between each of those sets. So these are going to be working the antagonist or opposite muscles that we just worked with the vertical pull. Some options you can use are basically anything where we're pressing overhead. So that could be a shoulder press machine, it could be a seated dumbbell press, it could be a standing barbell press. Whatever you feel comfortable with, or if you have someone who is good and knowledgeable and can work through some of the adaptations that you need, feel free to do a little bit more advanced version, such as that standing barbell press. Next is exercise 3. That's going to be a hip hinge movement. That's where we're not staying super upright and squatting with our chest really high. Instead, we're able to push our butt back, engage our hamstrings and our glutes. So some examples of this are going to be a Romanian deadlift, sometimes called a Russian deadlift, a good morning, a back extension machine, or doing back extensions even on a glute ham developer or GHD. So again, we're repeating the 2 warm-up sets to get up to your working weight, and then performing 3 sets of 10 with 60 to 90 seconds of rest for that top weight. Next is going to be your core circuit. That's where we're going to be doing a front plank. You can go on hands or elbows, up to you, and a side plank on each side. I advise going on your forearm for the side plank and not your hand. It's going to help balance and being able to keep your upper back engaged a little bit better. So today is going to be a good ease-in process for this little core circuit. So you're going to be performing 3 sets of 10 to 20 seconds of each, the front plank, the left side plank, and the right side plank, and then rest as needed. We're going to be slowly accumulating work with this core circuit, as you'll be able to see further in the program. Last, but certainly not least, is going to be a little bit of a burnout interval. So you're going to pick some sort of cardio machine that, again, you're comfortable with, and then you're going to warm up for a couple of minutes, and then I would like you to practice setting a timer. You can do this on your phone. I'm able to find some great apps or interval timers even through YouTube, where you can perform 10 seconds of hard work and then 50 seconds of really easy work. I'm going to get used to really ramping up the intensity on this. So think if we're on a stationary bike, we're sprinting all out for that 10 seconds, which really isn't that long, but it'll wind up catching up to you and helping you performance-wise in the long run. And then that 50 seconds is going to be a recovery or restoration period. So try doing 5 to 10 sets of that 10 seconds really hard, 50 seconds nice and easy, and then end it with 2 minutes of cool down, where we're at that kind of conversational pace that we use for our warm-up. This has been week 1, day 1 of the Cane and Able Fitness Gym Acclimation for the Visually Impaired program.